Alright, what is up guys, it's your boy Darsh, and today we're going to be talking about switch statements, alright? So, switch statements are basically very similar to if-else statements except you can't do any Boolean operations by using like the operators that we talked about earlier, like equals or other things like that, less than equal, things like that, the relational operators, and basically it matches a certain case and it executes that command. So let's get on with the video. So let's have an int and we can call it case equals, let's just say 3 for now. And to create a switch statement you type switch and it goes through that int. They can have other things like bytes, shorts, chars, and of course ints. After that, we can create the switch statement. Sorry, got distracted. After that, we can create the switch statement. So case 1. So within case 1, so if CAS, the integer CAS, is equal to 1, then you do some command. We'll just type break for now. Then we can have case 2. Do some command, case 3, do some command, right? And then you can have a default case, we call it default, and that can do something, right? Okay. So all these do something. In this case, we just want to do a simple print statement of, the case is, and then just print out the case, right? So we can do that, we can do that, we can do that, and then the case is out of bounds. And that's pretty much a simple way of doing case statements. Now if you run the program, it does 3, so in this case 3 would be, so it'd go to 1, 1 does not equal 3, so it goes to 2, 2 does not equal to 3, and 3 equals 3, so it runs that code. Right. So in this case, you'll print out the case equals 3. Now, if you change it to like a number like 100, it would be out of bounds, right? Yeah. So let's get on with the exercise for practicing switch cases. So let's just have a simple program that, given an integer that it corresponds with the month date, such as 1 is January, 2 is February, and 12 is December. Let's create a simple program that, given a month, you return the actual name of the month, right? So that's a pretty simple application. So in this case, let's return the month November, right? So November is the 11th month, so that's why we did 11. So we want to switch through, we want to call these num months, right? And we want to have a switch statement for that, because using a if-else statement would be inefficient in this case. So we want to do switch number of months, and we want to do 1 for each month. So case 1, do that, and then break. Alright, I didn't talk about the breaks. So basically the breaks know when you stop the switch statement. So once it sees it equals 1, it goes through, it does some sort of code within this thing, and it tells, and the break statement basically tells the case when it should end, right? So we can just copy this for the rest of the months. So let's copy this 11 more times. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just change these numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we can have a default case, so case where default break. And as you can see, this looks pretty unorganized. So to do correct format, you select everything and you do Control I. That just formats everything, and as you can see, it did do that. Okay, so now that everything is looking pretty nice, we can now get on with creating a string. So string month, or actually you don't really need to do that. We can just print it right inside here. So system out, and we can print out January, and we can do that for the rest. So February, March, whatever. Okay, so December, November, October. Yep. And then February. Okay. So these are all the months, right? And oops, spelled February wrong. Okay. There we go. So these are all the months, and basically whichever number we put in. So at the end, this should work. Yeah, and it did. So basically it goes through, so number 11, so it skips everything, goes to 11, sees that it just tells the computer to print out November, does that command, breaks, done. And we also need to code our default thing. So what we want to put inside here is error invalid month, right? And then yeah, so that's basically it. November. So let's say you want to do another month. Let's say I pick 400 for some reason, and yeah, error invalid month. And let's try 1, just to test again, January. So this is a pretty basic example and basic lab of using switch statements. So thanks for watching, guys, and catch you in the next one. Peace.